Dear children, when we come out in the sun, we feel warm. How does the heat from the sun reach us? It cannot reach us by conduction or convection, as there is no medium such as air in most part of the space between the earth and the sun. From the sun, the heat comes to us by another process known as radiation. Let us know more about radiation. Okay? When we switch on an electric bulb, it becomes hot and gives out heat and light. If we keep our hand a short distance below the glowing bulb, we can feel its heat on the hand. This means that the hot glowing bulb is transferring some of its heat to our hand. The hot electric bulb cannot transfer its heat by conduction because air is a poor conductor of heat. The hot bulb cannot transfer its heat by convection because convection currents of air always carry heat in the upward direction. But our hand is held below the bulb. The hot electric bulb transfers its heat to our hand held below by the process called radiation. Radiation is the transfer of heat energy from a hot body to a cold body by means of heat rays without any material medium between them. The best example of radiation is the transfer of heat energy of the sun to the earth. See children, every hot object emits invisible heat rays in all directions. The heat rays carry heat energy. When these heat rays fall on a cold object, the cold object receives heat energy and gets heated. In this way, heat energy is transferred from the hot object to cold object by means of heat rays. This method of transfer of heat energy by heat rays is called radiation. You know that sun is very far away from the earth and there is mainly empty space or vacuum between the sun and the earth. Even then, the heat from the sun reaches the earth. Heat from the sun cannot reach the earth by conduction or convection because both these processes require a material medium to transfer heat. Heat from the sun reaches on the earth by the process of radiation. The sun is an extremely hot object. It emits heat radiations in all directions. These heat radiations travel through vacuum between the sun and the earth at a very high speed and reach us on the earth. When the sun's radiation fall on the earth and its object, they receive heat energy and hence get heated. Thus the sun's heat reaches the earth by the process of radiation. The invisible heat rays which transfer heat by radiation are called infrared rays. In our day-to-day life, we have many situations where heat is transferred by radiation through a medium called air. When we stand next to a burning fire, we can feel the heat of the fire falling on our face. The heat is transferred from the fire to our face by the process of radiation. When we sit in front of a room heater, we get heat directly by the process of radiation. A hot utensil kept away from the flame cools down by transferring its heat to the surroundings by radiation. The amount of heat which an object can absorb by radiation depends on the color of the object. The objects having dark colors absorb more heat radiations than the objects having light colors. Next is an activity to show objects having dark color are better absorbers of heat than the objects having light color on their surface. Take a black painted tin can and a white tin can of the same size and place them on two wooden blocks separately. Pour equal amount of water in both the tin cans and fix thermometers in them with the help of rubber corks. The initial temperature of water in both the tin cans are noted. Their initial temperatures will be exactly equal. Then place both the tin cans in bright sunshine for 1 hour. The heat radiations of sun will fall equally on both the tin cans. After 1 hour, note down the temperatures of water in both the tin cans again. We can see that water in black tin can is at a higher temperature than in white tin can. Since the temperature of water in black tin can is higher, it shows that the black colored tin can absorb more heat of the sun. From this activity, we can conclude that a black object absorbs more heat radiations than a white object. The amount of heat which a hot object can emit by radiation also depends on the color of the object. The hot objects having dark colors emits more heat radiations than the hot objects having light colors. Dark colored objects absorb heat better and also emit heat better than light colored objects. We will now describe some everyday situations where color of the object plays an important role. We use dark colored objects where we want to absorb more heat and light colored objects where less heat is desired. People prefer to wear white clothes or light colored clothes in hot summer days because white clothes absorb less heat from the sun. That is, white clothes reflect most of the sun's heat rays on them and keep us cool and comfortable in hot weather. And you know that people prefer to wear dark colored clothes in the cold winter days. This is because dark colored clothes absorb more heat rays from the sun and keep us warm in winter season. The houses in hot sunny countries like ours are usually painted white or with light colors from outside. This is because a house painted white or light colors absorb very little sun's heat rays. It reflects most of the sun's heat rays. This keeps the house cool in the hot days of summer. You might have seen the box of solar cooker is painted black from inside. This is because a black surface is a very good absorber of heat and it will absorb maximum heat radiations coming from the sun. The radiators on automobiles are painted black. Since black surface is a better radiator of heat, this helps in fast cooling of the engine. So far, we have learned three ways of transfer of heat: conduction, convection, and radiation. In solids, the heat is transferred by conduction. In liquids and gases, heat is transferred by convection. And no medium is required for transfer of heat by radiation. Okay? Hope it is clear. Thank you.